Hey guys, how's it going? Michael Troy here. Tonight we're gonna party like it's 1989 because this issue of New Mutants, number 75, Magneto battles the Black King, illustrated by frickin' John Byrne. It's so cool. I kind of forgot about this and I don't know how, because how amazing is that? Like, John Byrne leaves the X-Men. I mean, the New Mutants is something that Claremont and Byrne kind of toyed around with, and like I think we're leading up to a junior team. Kitty being the supposed like introduction to that, which John Byrne played a large hand in co-creating her with Claremont, and then I don't know what happened, like it didn't go through or whatever, and then um, they eventually spun off the New Mutants and did do it. Thank God, because I love the New Mutants so much. By the way, subscribe if you haven't already. Hit like, do your duty. Um, so, the New Mutants, I mean, I just loved it from day one. It came out as like one of the first spin-offs from the X-Men. At least one of the first monthly spin-offs anyway, and it was kind of like very special back then. Now they have like 50 X-Men titles, which I don't know, good or bad, some are good, some are bad, and overdoing it perhaps. Where's the variety? But I also gotta love, I can't believe I haven't even opened it yet, but first of all, the Byrne cover, the fact that Byrne came back to do the New Mutants. Obviously, I think it's written by Louise SIMONSON, yes, because I don't think he'd be so hot to work with Claremont, and vice versa, probably. Claremont's not like as vocal as Byrne is about like, their irreconcilable differences, but I don't think there's any love lost, to be honest with you. So this is issue 75, very cool. Though I mean, I always collected the New Mutants. I love them. It was sad when Claremont left, but I think that Louise Simonson did a great job. I loved her runs with Walt and her runs with, or actually that was X Factor, but her runs with Brett Levins, and this fill-in issue by the amazing, my favorite, I love him so much, John Byrne. He's penciling and inking the cover, which features the Black and White Queen in their S&M garb. This was when comics were so kinky, especially by Claremont. So I don't know, whatever, the Hellfire Club, based on a real sex club in New York from whenever. But Louise Simonson, writer, John Byrne, penciler, Bob McLEOD, inker, Joe Rosen, letterer, Glynis Oliver, colorist, wow, cool. Bob Harris, editor, and Tom DeValco, editor-in-chief. So this is after Shooter has left. The John Byrne goodness is coming through. How I feel about Bob McLeod's pencils, I feel like they're pretty distinct and overpowering. I don't use the word overpowering in a negative way, but I think like when you're asking Bob McLeod to pencil something, you're definitely asking for a specific look, as you are with a lot of specific finishers. And whenever I see him inking, it leads me to believe that it's probably more breakdowns and looser pencils, which I can see that with this issue, because this is probably John Byrne, probably working on She-Hulk and Avengers West Coast, maybe, or maybe this is just him coming back to Marvel. I don't know. Either way, you can definitely see I say that, but then this is Byrne rubble, like, to the nth degree. This is beautiful. I love this. John Byrne is always good for a double page spread, and I love this version of a double page spread where like it's very panoramic and cinematic and horizontal panel across the top of the page. So it's not, because I even remember Byrne talking in interviews, because a lot of his early issues on the X-Men would have a splash page and then a double page spread. And while it's so cool, and I'm always very art forward and like into wanting more and bigger and like just gag worthy art, as far as comic book storytelling go, it does only advance the story by 2 panels. So especially back then, there was only 17 pages versus the normal. I'm not sure what they are now because I don't read mainstream monthly comics that much, but they were only like 17 pages versus the 22 pages that they would become in the heyday, which was very standard. And so, I mean, 17 pages minus, you know, basically 2 pages for 2 panels is cutting it short. Yet the stories were always so dense and like satisfying. Like, definitely, I feel like you definitely got more bang for your buck. And is that Ilyana, like, when she returned to a child again? Like, it's so hard to keep track of all that crap. And then she got the legacy virus and died. But I would much rather see Byrne draw a teenage Ilyana than the child version, because he's notorious for drawing creepy children. And I can't lie, I don't love his children. There's such a weirdness about them. They look like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle bodies or something. Oh my god, so much fun to see Byrne draw Sabretooth, though. Like, I don't know that he had a creation in the character. I probably don't think he did. But, I mean, I know he drew him in Iron Fist, which was, like, maybe his first appearance. So maybe he did have a hand in his creation, if not just drawing him, like, in his first or very early appearances. So, and, you know, Sabretooth was always supposed to be Wolverine's father, which John Byrne has actually pursued that angle in revealing his version of Wolverine's origin in his recent X-Men fanfiction, X-Men Elsewhere, available for free on his website. Not his website, as I will be corrected, but his message board that is not officially his, but sanctioned by him. And he publishes his fan fiction there for 2 years plus now, and it's amazing. The art is beautiful. The story's all over the place, but still entertaining nonetheless. And we get Wolverine's origin, which I wish they would have done a little further. It's very like Jean Grey centric. Sorry, look at these cool shots of Magneto. Oh my god, see, this is like where I can tell like these are definitely looser pencils of Byrne, but you're still getting the structure in the form of Byrne. Like, it's still recognizable as Byrne's art, but there's like no backgrounds. And I feel like that's a criticism that has been said against Byrne in the past, but I disagree with it. This is not a good example, but once again, I feel like this is more of a maybe fill-in issue in a way, and him just kind of doing loose breakdowns. I don't know. But still fun. Like, I love these versions of the New Mutants costumes. I want to say these are like the Brett Levins design versions. Magneto. Who doesn't love a John Byrne Magneto? It's funny because he definitely looks a little more human and handsome there, as opposed to, like, when I think of a John Byrne Magneto, I always think that famous page, like, dynamically inked by Terry Austin, where there's like energy. It's very Kirby-esque in its pose. He's got his helmet on. There's like energy around him. The stippling on his helmet is just like totally cool and on point. I have to say, and maybe I've said this before, but I've definitely said this before, is that not every artist is great at drawing Warlock. And this is, I love you, John Byrne. I love you so much. I love you, Bob McLEOD. I don't know what you're dealing with here, and I wish you would have went a little further with it. This is one of the most piss-poor Warlocks I've ever seen in my entire life. And I love all the artists involved. I love the character. But I've often felt that way about Warlock. I feel like very few artists can pull it off well. That's a fun version of Sebastian Shaw. I love the Hellfire Club. I mean, what's not to love? They're so integral to the Dark Phoenix saga, and Chris Claremont just created like such great characters, especially, I mean, so many great elements involving the Hellfire Club. Not even just in the Byrne Claremont era, but like with Emma Frost and different storylines through the years. It's funny how different this Emma Frost is compared And it's Byrne, and he drew her, probably her first appearance in X-Men, 128 or whatever, the one with Kitty Pryde. I feel like that might have been the first White Queen, and love that version. This is good too. I'm always good for the White Queen. I love her. What's not to love? Campy bitch, you know. But I don't love that she's not a villain anymore. But this is fun, amazing art. I mean, what a treat to get, like, the special, like, 7... And I love John Byrne for just swooping in on a special anniversary issue. But it's not double-sized or anything. I wish it would have been. But, hey, I'll take what I can get. John Byrne, New Mutants. Beautiful logo by Kevin Nolan, I believe, by the way. New Mutants 75. Fantastic. Thanks for watching. Hit subscribe, share my content, hit like, all that jazz. I'll talk to you more later. Thanks, guys.